Hi, and welcome back to the Cheeky Crypto Podcast. My name's Chris, and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another podcast video. And in today's video, we're going to have a look at Ledger. And I've just literally got off a private meeting with the Ledger CTO, if I get my words out, and other influencers. And I'm going to go through some of the headlines that we've seen and talk about some of the questions that I've personally had from the community and give my thoughts and opinions on everything Ledger and this new service that they're offering where they can store your private keys in case of emergency. So we're going to dig into all this wonderful stuff. Obviously, it's not paid endorsed or anything like that. We have an affiliate link for Ledger in the description of the video, but that is the only affiliation that we have with Ledger, and everything that I say in this video is of my own thoughts and my own opinions. And look, you know, we're going to dig into the truth about Ledger and you know, dig straight into it. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. Right, let's get down to the desktop. Okay, so we're going to start here, and Ledger crypto wallet under fire over seed phrase recovery service. A new update from crypto wallet provider Ledger lets users link their seed phrase to their passport or identity card, but should they? And this is the, you know, the whole crux of the matter, right? Is a lot of people in, you know, the crypto space believed that the seed phrase was stored on the device and it could never be, you know, ported out of that device, and that strictly technically isn't accurate, right? And you know, the facility to be able to do that has always kind of been there, as far as I'm led to believe. But you know, obviously they choose not to do that, right? And this is a thing, right? The users are going to have to opt in for the service, right? So it can't just be extracted from the device without authorization or a signature from the actual device itself, is kind of my understanding, right? So the answer is yes, it can be extracted from the device, but that isn't something that's going to happen, right? And Ledger are here to protect users' crypto, and lots of people, you know, are talking about taking control, you know, of their sovereignty, being trustless. And I think, you know, the CTO in the call that I had did, you know, hit the nail on the head. You would have to learn absolutely everything about, you know, how to encrypt your crypto and all that yourself, how to build the stacks, all that stuff, the software aspect of things as well as the hardware stuff, if you wanted to truly be, you know, trustless. And I think, you know, there's always going to be this element of, you know, trust that you're going to have to put into a company or people. And I guess it's, where do you, you know, put that trust? Do you trust Ledger to you know, basically not do that? And you know, personally I do. You know, I trust Ledger. I'm still using Ledger, and I'm not saying this because we have an affiliate link with them. I'd quite happily drop the affiliate link. You know, it's really not a real bother or a concern for me having an affiliate link with them. But you know, it is where I store my crypto. You know, the vast majority of my crypto is on Ledger, and you can, you know, use other, you know, ways to make it more difficult for people to get at your crypto. But you know, I want to talk through, you know, some of the stuff that, you know, is in the media and what we've covered off with the CTO himself. So look, you know, I guess the issues are really that, you know, you can extract the seed phrase from the Ledger device itself. Ledger have reassured us that they're never going to do that unless, you know, it's part of this service and the user, you know, consents, which means you'd have to sign it and, you know, basically tick all the boxes, agree it, pay a monthly subscription. It's not something you can do by accident, is kind of the point that I'm poorly articulating to you here in this video, right? So you can't accidentally you know, give away your seed phrase to Ledger and automatically enroll in this completely by accident, right? You got to agree to it in a number of different places to be able to do it. Obviously, your device and the software itself. Now, they have delayed plans for the private key recovery service following the controversy. I'm not sure when that's going to go live. But, again, just one to be aware of. Now, the Ledger CEO claims that new recovery service streamlines crypto self-custody amid ongoing controversy. So basically, what they're saying here, in essence, is that there is a really big market for this sort of service, and I agree, right? Being an influencer, and I hate that term. But having a community of, I think, almost 150,000 people that watch our videos, 7,000 in our Discord, 27,000 on Twitter. I think that when you consider all of that, there's many people in our community that are not 20 or younger. They're sort of 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, some even into their 70s in our community. And some of these individuals, this is a service that, would make it so much easier for them. And I think that is where this service lies. It's probably not a service for Nick, myself, and many others in the space, right, that have got that, technical know-how and understand how to utilize the technology. This is really, for new people getting into the space, and perhaps people that are just not technically minded. And I know so many people personally, family members that are just, this would be perfect for them. And, it's encrypted. It's sent to 3 different parties. I've asked the question, what about rogue employees? Is there any risk there? 100% not. Not even the CTO himself can access them. This is something, that Ledger seem to pride themselves on, being able to, have white hat hackers trying to find vulnerabilities and correcting those, bounties, all this sort of stuff that they do to make sure that this device is secure and safe, so people don't lose their crypto. I think it's commendable. I think that there are some mistakes that I think Ledger would probably agree with. The timing of such a service is probably not being well thought out. I think the fact that they've put this out just after like the FTX collapse, we've seen Luna, various other projects collapse, exchanges, and lots of fear out there. I think the timing was pretty poor, and I think they would own that as being accurate and a fair assessment. What I would also say is the marketing hasn't been fantastic around it, and how they've handled it as it's been a difficult one. I don't want to be too harsh on the team, because I think they do a fantastic job with the product, but I think the marketing aspect is really, really important for Ledger now. And I think that they've got to do lots of like education around the device itself, what is possible, what isn't possible, and perhaps open it up to just hardware wallets generally, rather than just Ledger. And I think that comparing different options that are available to the public would be a really good thing to be doing right now, because I do think that Ledger is a level above many other hardware wallets. It's just my opinion, and you can let me know in your comments below. But I think that these things need to be implemented. And basically what's being said here is they're trying to make it easier while not compromising on security. And I think that this is a service that is required in the space, and I think that it will be a service that goes on to do really well. I haven't really put out too many videos on this topic because I think it's been dramatized quite a lot. I think that really nothing has changed if you don't opt in. And I stand by those comments. Nothing has changed. If you had trust in Ledger up till today, or up till this announcement, nothing has really changed. And has anything happened to your crypto whilst you were trusting Ledger? it hasn't. And I think we need to be clear on some things here. Opting in might not be an option for everybody, but I think that it's an option for some individuals that perhaps aren't technically minded. And I think that's where that service positions itself. And I think that it's just a shame with the timing and how the marketing has been handled off the back of comments that and I guess issues that were raised around the product that was being offered. So for me, I'm going to continue using Ledger, put my crypto where my mouth is, still utilizing Ledger, still happy with the product, and still have as much trust as I did in them from when I did start using them many years ago. So that's kind of my viewpoint and thoughts on it. If you do have questions, do let me know in the comments below. I'm quite happy to chat with Ledger about people's questions, maybe do an interview at some point, something like that. If Ledger and our community are looking to do something along those lines, would be quite happy to do that from my side. Let me know in the comments below. I think this is a fantastic topic. I don't want to dramatize it like many others have. I think we need to be proactive in our approach, and I think that this is going to be something that many companies are going to look to do. I don't think that Ledger are going to be alone with some of the stuff that is deemed as negative in the crypto space from people that are looking to self-custody and have trustless kind of view on the market, right, and be completely trustless. Trustless is just not an option unless you're going to spend your entire life dedicated to being able to do self-custody yourself, build the hardware and the software yourself, and that side of things. So I think there's always going to be this element of trust. I think that governments and regulations are going to force know your customer, KYC, and that side of things, and access to crypto from bad actors is something that's going to be required in the space if we want real mainstream adoption. And I think we need to ask ourselves, do we want mainstream adoption and the money that will be made off the back of that being here early, or do you just want to self-custody your crypto and have a trustless way forward? Really interesting questions, and I do encourage people to ask yourselves this. I'm here as an investor. I believe in the technology and I love what it's doing, but I'm not a mug in respect of thinking that crypto is going to be this safe haven that governments aren't going to be able to infringe upon. I basically feel that crypto will be going down the traditional finance route. I think self-custody will be something that is frowned upon from governments, and I do think that the people that do self-custody will be in a minority. Generally, once we have that mainstream adoption, and the vast majority of custody is going to be done by traditional banks and services associated with banks. My opinion, let me know your thoughts on that. It might not be one that goes down very well with people, but it's me just being honest, and I'm not going to change my views on how I see the space moving. And I think we need this in order to actually get that mainstream adoption in. It's got to be flawless for people. People can't be losing their crypto left, right, and center, and their stable coins and their CBDCs left, right, and center because they put a digit in wrong or they sent it on the wrong chain. This needs to be a fluid space where people don't even know that the technology is running in the background. I think we're not there yet, but that's where I think we're heading. And I think when we get there, it's going to be so lucrative for anybody that's here now, that stays here for that test of time. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.